What's up, great people? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm out here walking with, can you see her? The dog. Come on, boo. And I wanted to jump on real quick because it's been a week, guys. It's been a week. And one thing that kept resonating kind of in my spirit this week was standing on the business of setting boundaries. And I say that because there have been a couple of situations that have come up this week where I have had to institute some of my setting boundary protocol. One thing I do, if you don't know, in my real estate business is I set expectations for my clients. And this is so because I learned in my first couple of years in real estate that if you don't set expectations, if you don't set hours, people will call you and text you all time of night because whatever their issue is or whatever their emergency is, they don't think that you have a life when you start working with them to find their dream home or whatever. And until you set those boundaries, you pretty much setting yourself up for that, right? And I learned that when I set those expectations up front, I've never had anybody have an issue with it. All my clients, they know if they call me after 7 or text me after 7, they will get a call the next day. Because there's no emergency in real estate that I can handle after 7 o'clock. Nothing's open. And a thing we can do that we can't talk about the next day, right? As in life, personally, if you don't set boundaries for people who you're dealing with, you will find yourself worn out, disrespected, and just overall frustrated. So I had a couple of occurrences happen this week. One was regarding myself. One was regarding someone who I knew. And regarding myself, it was just someone who I had been dealing with for years, knew them professionally, thought personally. You know how sometimes you put that label on people that they didn't ask for? You call them a friend, they consider you a colleague. That label, right? So talking with this person, they call me. Usually what I find is when they call me when they need something, right? When they need to either download on me personally or they have a professional question they need to answer with very little regard to asking me or caring about what I had going on or what my situation is, right? So I've learned, and one of the boundaries I set for myself in this new season was stop pouring into people who are not pouring into you. Because people will use you up, use you dry. Come on, somebody. And then once they've used you up and used you dry, they walk away with no, they don't care. You know, you served your purpose. You sitting here mad and upset, and they done moved on with life, right? So this particular person called me, and I was having a tough day. There were some things going on that just really had me a little, I don't know, not upset, but more just I had a lot going on. Would have appreciated probably an ear, but I don't tell people who don't volunteer, right? So she called me, asked me how I was doing. I told her I'm not doing very well, having a really tough day. She responded into just going into whatever she needed from me, to her spiel, to talk to me about whatever personal business she had, and then asked me a professional question. Now, I could have just at that point said, well, why didn't you ask me about what I had going on? But I didn't feel the need to do so, and I'm going to tell you why. Because people who genuinely care about who you are as a person are always going to be concerned about what you have going on. When I call my friends, and they'll tell you, if I hear that their voice is not right, or if I hear that something's going on, even if they don't say it, I know them well enough to know. Okay? I've jumped on planes for people because I know when I love you, I love you, and I'm going to make sure you're good. And I will hope that be reciprocal with this particular person who I had put the label friend/colleague on, did not care about what I had going on, was not concerned. The only thing that she was concerned about was downloading whatever she personally had going on. And I decided at the end of that conversation that I would limit her access to me. I would. Because at this point, you have proved that I am wrong because I gave you a title that you didn't earn. Right? How many times we give people titles in our lives? Boyfriends, husbands and they ain't earned nothing, right? Girlfriends, they haven't earned anything, right? Friends, we're really quick to throw those titles around when people literally have not done anything to earn or nor do they want said titles. So I own accountability there. But what I will tell you going forward is I understand where I am and I will reciprocate that going forward. Her access to me is limited. My friends can call me anytime. I'm going to pick up the phone. You know why? Because I know I love to talk to them, and I know that they genuinely care about me, and I want to have conversation and community with them. People who are colleagues or people who need me for something, they can't call me after 7. Or you can, but you won't get the phone picked up, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with putting people in the place that they need to be. Setting boundaries, standing 10 toes down, and then at any point she cares enough to know why she no longer has that level of access to me, I'll be more than happy to share it with her. Do I think she cares? Absolutely not. But what I'm doing is not for her. It's for me. Because what they say, forgiveness is not for the person that you're forgiving. It's for you. So I forgive her for being not sensitive to what I have going on or to me as an individual. And I forgive myself for giving her a title that she didn't earn. But what I will say going forward is, sis, I'm setting boundaries and I'm standing 10 toes down. What are some boundaries that you set for yourself that people can't cross, that you hold them accountable to protect your peace? Because at this point, guys, at this big old age, all I want is peace, quiet, calmness, and to be around people who genuinely love me. So let's talk about boundaries, people. What you got going on? What boundaries have you set today? Y'all have an amazing day and have it on purpose.